Afternoon, VC. Dave here. Yeah, get used to my mug today. A lot going on in the Blue Note project in this 4000 series. Another one. Another brilliant record. And a big one for the label. It's Wayne Shorter, Night Dreamer, 4173. And here we go. The debut on Blue Note for Wayne Shorter as a leader. And a lineup that is hard to top. Lee Morgan on trumpet, McCoy Tyner on piano, Reginald Workman bass, and Elvin Jones on the drums. Now on the cover, everybody's credited except for McCoy Tyner, who's listed as etc. It's because he was signed to Impulse at the time. But his name does appear in the back credits. And it is, ironically, McCoy Tyner that kicks off this record with a beautiful rolling piano to kick off the opening track, Night Dreamer. And yeah, a little bit about this record. Recorded April of 64, released in November of 64. Another brilliant cover. Yeah, just this photo by Francis Wolff, and then the design by Reed Miles, where they just kind of alter the photograph, and it just has this whole city feel, you know, like the city's on the go, man, and Wayne's right in it. But to the music, again, another one I hadn't spun in a while, you know, and it's almost like hearing him anew again. Night Dreamer, wow, what a way to kick off a record. Just a soaring tune, man. Wayne, wow, his improvisation during a couple of solos here is fantastic. His sound on the tenor is just above and beyond here. Yeah, Night Dreamer, God. The second track, Oriental Folk Song, and all these tracks were, except for Oriental Folk Song, was completely written by Wayne Shorter. Wayne did arrange this next track. It's a song that he interpreted, that he had heard on a television program, and it ended up being an old Chinese folk song, and that's why it's titled Oriental Folk Song. But another one where Wayne is heavily featured here, and beautifully, and yeah, fantastic. You move to Virgo, the third track, slows down a little bit, the tempo here. Again, another one, Wayne, highly featured with his solos. Now back on Oriental Folk Song, you did have a solo from Lee Morgan. He also has a short solo on Night Dreamer, but for the most part, this is all Wayne all day, and I'm not complaining. Not at all. And then you move to side B, Black Nile, maybe my favorite song on the record. This one really kicks off with this whole city vibe, kind of indicative of the cover. You know, the city's on the move. You know, total New York vibe. Black Nile, head bobber, real head bobber. The rhythm section is really killing it. Absolutely love that cut. And then the album changes up, like a lot of these Blue Notes at this time do. Charcoal Blues, the second track, has somewhat of a blues feel, but then it kicks off. It gets going. Great solo by McCoy Tyner there. Really good cut. And then the final track, Armageddon is a very unique song. It's hard to describe. It's one you definitely have to listen to when taking in this album. It's almost like, because it's a fairly diverse album, kind of like the last album I just talked about, Breaking Point by Freddie Hubbard. Not so much as distinctly diverse, but yeah, there's a lot of different things going on here, and it's almost like all of it kind of melted into one track on Armageddon. It's like they pulled it all together. The Armageddon, man, wow, just a beautiful groover. One I like to listen to over and over, Armageddon. Wayne's writing was really coming along here early on in his career as a leader, and shines on this record. Night Dreamer for sure. Yeah, I'm probably gonna spin this one again tonight, because this one really took me back. Like, got me thinking about when I really got back into Blue Note, and discovered these records. And it was from the 75th anniversary campaign. All these great records from this time period, from '64, were getting put out in this series, and I scooped up as many of them as I could, because they were cheap. They were $15 at the time, and max. You could get them on sale for cheaper than that at Lunchbox at the time. If they sat in the shop too long, he'd mark them down. But yeah, Wayne Shorter, Night Dreamer, what will become a long marriage with Blue Note, as you'll see as we move along in the project. Another fantastic record. I hope everybody's well out there. Blue Note 4173. We're rocking down through the project. Peace.